say Turkey. Sultan, I'm sorry.
If you study,
say it the other way.
You will be get a good grade.
Now say it another way.
Okay. You will be good. You will be get a good grade if you study.
Yes. So everybody okay? You come on in, man. You need something?
You will be get.
You
You will be get. You will
get.
Get. Not you will be get.
Yeah.
Have you uploaded the database, or have we not sent that to you yet?
No, you sent it to me already.
Okay, the new students should be in there.
Yep, they're in there.
Okay.
They should be. I put them in this weekend.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So anyway, listen, you can stick this on the end. So you can say, I will give you a prize if you study. Okay? All right. Hey, let's take a quick look at the book. It gives some nice examples. Hamoud, will you read A for us?
Yeah. I don't eat breakfast. I always get hungry during the class.
Good. So, listen, somebody asked, can you turn these into negatives? Of course you can make them negative. You'll see in A, if I don't eat breakfast, I always get hungry during class. So there's a negative for you. All right, B. Will you read B?
Water trees or water trees if the temperature reaches 32 Fahrenheit.
Good.
What does reach?
It means if it gets to the point of freezing. Okay? Or I'm sorry, if it comes down, right? Because it's getting cold.
Yeah.
So, now this is interesting. In the result clause, it has freezes. What verb tense is that?
Future. Present.
It's simple present. Or, it's saying, you could say will freeze. So again, be careful. It's over here still. Just because it came first, it's still a result clause. Okay?
Okay.
And it can be either future or simple present, and that's a statement of fact. You with me?
Yeah.
All right. And then in the if clause, it's still simple present. All right, C. Yang, read C.
If I don't eat breakfast tomorrow morning, I will get hungry during class.
Okay. Again,
Similar to...
similar. It's similar. Yep. Read D for me.
Okay. If it rains, we should stay home. If it rains, we should stay home. If it rains, I may decide to stay home. If it rains, we can't go. If it rains, we are going to stay home.
Good. Stop there. Now listen. They're just showing you all the different ways you can do this.
Yeah.
You just said the same thing 4 times. Look, if it rains, we should stay home. Listen, with the modal there, it means we're probably not, if you say should, right, it means it would be better.
Yeah.
Look at the next one. If it rains, I might decide to stay home. Might means maybe. It's like, yeah, it's like 50, maybe 50-50. If it rains, we cannot go. Just a statement with a negative on the end there. And it's with a modal, right? Can.
Yeah.
It can just means you will not be able to. If it rains, we're going to stay home. Now that what is that?
Plan.
Yeah. Yeah. And is it what tense is that?
Future.
Future. Going to be. And then finally E. Who would read E? Go ahead, Turkey. Sultan. I keep calling you Turkey. I don't know why. Sultan. Go ahead.
If anyone calls, please come and see.
Nothing unusual here. Okay, that's a command, kind of like we put on the board. And that's also okay to do that in the result clause over here. All right, and then finally F. Will you read F for us?
If anyone should call, please take a message.
Yes, thank you, Nasa. Now that one, it's interesting. Notice, sometimes should, and I'm going to write this up there because it's a little weird. And it's really one of the few exceptions in the if clause. It says, if anyone should call, please take a message.
Okay, I can say, if anyone call me, please take a message.
You can say that. If anyone calls me.
Calls or call me.
No, because
Anyone.
anyone, it would be calls. Yeah. Yeah, because it's singular. If anyone should call, and listen, sometimes you'll put this modal up here, okay, in this particular phrase. It says, sometimes should is used in an if clause. It indicates a little more uncertainty than the use of the simple present, but basically the meaning is the same.
So what's the difference?
It just means you're adding like uncertainty. If anyone should call, means I really don't know. I don't think they're going to call, but if they should. So when you add should like that, it just makes it a little more uncertain. Does that make sense? So if I say, if anyone calls, please take a message.
That's fine.
You can say that, and it just means someone probably is going to call. Okay, maybe I'm leaving the office to go eat lunch, and I tell the secretary, if anyone calls, tell them I'll be back.
Okay, I said, if someone calls, please take one.
If someone
Call.
calls
Me?
me.
Calls
Okay?
me.
Yes, you can say that. So again, just remember to add uncertainty, put a should in there, the modal. On the if clause. You okay? Alright, let's try it. Take a look at it. Let's practice. It says, let's see, Yang, will you read the directions? You can turn that off, dude.
A.
Condition. Alright, is it, someone tell me, and by the way, I'm on the next page here, alright? It says untrue, I'm on page 23, untrue or contrary to fact. Alright, it's like, asking Iyad if he's king of Saudi Arabia, right? That's not true, it's contrary to fact. So, we need an untrue, okay?
The past tense.
Yep. What tense?
Past tense.
Good. We use simple past. Over in the result clause, we have a special formula. Very special. What can I use? Be careful.
Simple.
Really, I need a modal
After that, present simple.
plus what?
Base form.
Base form. Yeah. Base form. All right. So, and usually, listen, I put modal here, but it's most common to use the word would.
Would.
Okay? But you can use could, you could use should, depending on what you're trying to do with it. Let's take a look. Can somebody give me a nice little example? Yes.
If I had $10,000 million,
If I had, how many million?
10,000.
10,000 million. Can I just say 10 million? No. If I had $10 million, yeah.
I will buy Elvis.
I would.
I would buy Elvis.
To make a good rules for it.
Alright, nice. Alright, so what tense does he use in the if clause?
Past.
Good. He uses simple past. And then down here, he uses the modal
Base form.
and the base form of the verb.
Another example.
Yeah, you got another one for me?
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
If I were you, I wouldn't do that.
Ooh, nice. Alright. I like that. Truth is, he's not me, is he? So it is untrue. If I were you,
Why were? Not was, not true.
because we want it to be untrue, that's what the tenses do.
So
Whenever I
was, it's
put,
a bus.
man, anytime you make the if clause simple past, you're turning it into an untrue situation. Okay, that's the trick. So if I were you, hey, is he me?
No.
No.
Okay, it's was in the past.
If I was you,
No, if I were you.
Was in the past.
yeah, it's the best.
Is
But untrue, you have to use
Was with you.
So listen, we're talking, when we say something's untrue, we mean whatever condition you're creating with the if clause, okay? This condition right here is, can I say it's not real? Is that easier to understand?
Yeah.
It's fake compared to
Fake.
reality, right?
Yeah.
So if I were you, let me ask you a simple question. Is he me?
No.
No, he's not, so it's not real. Some people like to call this untrue or not real. Okay? And it's, listen, it's in the present. This situation is in the, I mean, right now we're talking, right? If I were you, he's not me right now.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I know it's untrue, but what's the difference between where and was?
Well, listen. It's a good question. Listen, in this situation with an if clause, it's more formal to say were. Okay?
Not correct all the time.
It's always correct to say were, for whatever reason. It breaks the pronoun rules. Okay? Because you guys usually think I was, right?
I was.
We said it, this is
In this situation, okay?
Sure.
In this situation, with I, he, she, it, we, you, they, you can always put were. And it's just,
Untrue.
it's breaking the rule, it's weird, it's strange, I'm glad you asked. It just, in this situation, it happens, and this is formal, to say were. Everybody says were in a formal situation. It is also okay to say was. He, she, it. If he was here, if I was here, if I was you. Listen, but nobody says it that way. Everybody just says were. So listen, just leave it were. Just stick that in your head. All right?
Even with the we and they.
Yeah, yeah. If we were you, we wouldn't do that.
Okay, teacher, what do you put was? Is right or wrong?
Yeah, you can.
I was.
If I was you, if he was you,
He
if she
was.
was you. Don't only do it with I, he, she, and it. If you do it with a they,
Wait,
then it would be wrong. Yeah.
wait.
But teacher, I said it before, when you talk about untrue, you have to put were.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
for untrue, you have to say were.
correct. No, it needs to be past tense.
Yeah.
And we're arguing over, is it okay with I, he, she, and it to say was? The truth is, it is okay. You're not actually breaking the grammar, but everybody just puts were. So just put were.
Even if I switch the I to she or he.
Yeah, just leave it. Just leave it
She
were.
or you.
Yeah.
Teacher,
Yes.
if the team were lucky, they would win the game.
Yeah. If
The team.
the team. See, listen though, you gotta. You can say that. If the team were lucky. If you say that though, the truth is they weren't lucky and they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they are
Okay.
lucky.
If the team
Well,
were lucky,
What will happen?
they would
win win the game.
they would win the game. See, this one, this would be better with a third class condition. The next one we're going to talk about, because really, this would come up if we were talking about our favorite team, right? And they already played in the past.
Yeah.
So really a third class condition throws this situation. At third class, we're going to talk about that next. It's untrue in the past. So really this would be better if we said, if the team
Was.
Is
had been.
And
Yeah, we need a past perfect. Had been lucky, they would have
One day.
won the game. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's not get confused, okay?
So, what about my sentence when I say to EF?
Yeah.
If you are king.
Past tense. If you...
If you were
Yep. If you were
king of Saudi Arabia.
king of Saudi Arabia,
What would you do?
what
What do you do?
would you
Do.
do? Yeah. And it still follows the rules, it just, this is word order, right? But it still uses would plus the base form here.
Yeah.
You okay? And that's a second class condition. Yes. All right, everybody okay?
Yeah.
So let's go back and look at our examples on our nice little page here on 23. Yang, will you read A, B, and C? Read A for me.
If